When Boyz II Men first heard their signature smash End of the Road, they weren't all in Cooleyhighharmony about the song. In fact, the demo sung by writer and producer Babyface fell flat with one member of the Grammy-winning group. Nate Morris didn't like it at first. He was just saying, it's alright, Boyz II Men's Shawn Stockman told the Post. And we were like, man, you're crazy. It's better than alright. We can do this record. And the rest was truly history. 30 years ago, after End of the Road ascended to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on August 15, 1992, it remained atop the chart for 13 consecutive weeks, breaking a long-standing record held by Elvis Presley's Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel single. Indeed, it was an endless road for the old-school soul ballad, ultimately leading Boyz II Men's debut album Cooleyhighharmony to go 9 times platinum. The Titanic tune was also one of the hits featured on the all-star soundtrack of Eddie Murphy's classic romantic comedy Boomerang. Babyface, who wrote and produced much of the soundtrack with his End of the Road collaborators L.A. Reid and Daryl Simmons, took inspiration from the movie. I had to write a song for a scene, said Babyface. But Reggie Hudlin, the director, ultimately used it somewhere else in the film. Babyface had such a special feeling about the song, he almost couldn't let go of it. I went like, wow, I almost want to keep this for myself. But the singer and hitmaker for everyone from Whitney Houston and TLC to Madonna and Mary J. Blige thought that the 4-part harmonies of Boyz II Men, then a quartet, now a trio, would take End of the Road to the perfect place. It had this Motown Philly kind of sound, that old school kind of sound, he said. At the time, Boyz II Men were riding high on the breakout success of Cooleyhighharmony, which did not feature End of the Road when it was originally released in April 1991. But the Philly group's then manager Michael Bivins, of New Edition and Belle Biv DeVoe fame, thought that the song could take them to an even higher level when he played the demo for them at his home. The boys were in the middle of a tour with MC Hammer when they made a quick trip back to Philadelphia to record End of the Road. We really only had one day to get it done, said Morris, adding that they didn't have time to fin out upon first meeting Babyface at the studio. We just wanted to knock out the song, so we were definitely turning our focus to that. But we got a chance to work with Babyface for the first time, so it was great. About 5 hours later, the magic was made. And, 13 weeks after End of the Road first hit number 1, a record was broken. Boyz II Men were once again on tour when they found out the history-making news about the song. When we found out that it broke Elvis' record, we were in London about to perform, recalled Stockman. And we were so beat and so tired that when they told us, we were like, oh, cool. The record would then be broken again in 1993 by Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, which was number 1 for 14 weeks, before Boyz II Men tied it with another Babyface ballad, I'll Make Love to You, in 1994. Then One Sweet Day, Boyz II Men's 1995 collaboration with Mariah Carey, broke the record yet again in 1996 after its 16-week reign. And now, the record is owned by Lil Nas X's Old Town Road, which ruled the singles chart for 19 weeks in 2019. Still, When it comes to timeless classics, End of the Road beats Old Town Road. Even though it's hard for Babyface to play favorites among his many hits, it holds a special place in his heart. It's at the top of the list for sure, said Babyface, who is releasing Girls' Night Out, an album of collaborations with female R&B artists, in October. You know, it'll stay there. And End of the Road remains a staple of every single Boyz II Men concert. If we don't do it, we're gonna get booed, said Morris. You can't ask for anything more from a song, added Stockman. It's developed an immortality. We want to have those types of records that will outlive us.